Welcome everyone, we are the Grin Brothers, and we're still in the wonderful land of Kiddie World as we continue our good times listening to Oswald. Don't we?
Yeah.
Tell me,
is Curie still around? What's happened to you, Curie?
Are all these places like this, by the way?
What do you mean?
Like, are all these raid areas in Nuka World filled with guys who won't shut up?
No.
Oh, thank gosh.
I hate this place so much.
Also, is this really a side quest, or are you just, going in to beat someone up for random reasons?
This is an actual side quest.
Okay, like,
technically,
who gave the quest, though?
No one.
So you're just going in to beat someone up?
Technically, yes, but you are supposed to go here for the main quest.
Ah.
It's just I skipped the part where we do the main quest.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And now I'm picking flowers.
Yes, you are.
Oh, there's Curie! What are you doing over here? You're going to get hit by the little roller coaster thing.
When Curie gets injured, what do you do to cure her? I'm assuming you don't give her a stim pack.
I've got a robot healing set.
Really? Huh.
Except she's just been dragged away by the roller coaster. Yeah,
Curie, speak to us!
See?
Oh.
They introduced him with Ada because they were like, wait, we can't stim pack robots.
But wait, so they used to stim pack robots?
I don't know. Codsworth never got injured enough.
True.
Glad you're still alive, dear. I don't know where I'm going. This place sucks. I take back everything nice I said about it.
Oh, neat, another thirst zapper.
Yeah, you can play mini games.
Why would you play mini games at a place constantly radiated?
Because you can turn the radiation off at some point.
Why would someone have set up so it constantly shoots out radiation?
Because this place is owned by a ghoul.
Ah, fair enough.
So, like, why not? And...
Woo!
See ya! Like, think about it. Oswald is a ghoul. This place is filled with ghouls. And he lives next to a group of raiders.
True. Might be a good safety idea to flood the place with radiation at that point. Be pretty boring being on your own, even if it is an amusement park.
I hate this place. I like its aesthetic, but it sucks. Whoever thought it was a fun idea to go, yeah, let's make a building just filled with radiation that you have to explore.
Well, you did have the hazmat, so you'd just, destroy all your stats.
Yeah. He had flamethrower fuel.
Interesting. Like, I can't imagine that feral ghouls, being feral as they are, would pick much stuff up, so did the guy die, turn into a ghoul whilst he had flamethrower fuel on him?
Maybe they pick stuff up. I know there's lore in these areas, I just haven't seemingly found any of the actual lore.
Tell us everything you need to know, or out the window you go!
Those are things as well. I forgot to pick up the glasses for them.
The glasses?
Oops, guess I'll have to do that as a side thing.
What glasses?
Cappy glasses. It's a side quest where you have to go around and find all of the letters to get a password to enter a building. I think we should do it because it's interesting.
Okay.
But I'll do it just as like a off-screen thing.
I was about to say, yeah, that does sound pretty boring, finding all these
Oh
letters.
my god, it's the most boring thing ever.
Huh, the water looks surprisingly clear for a place filled with radiation.
I googled it. I literally just googled how to solve that quest.
Can you just Google the letters?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to search the tunnels, buddy, but like... Where the hell are they? Litterers.
The worst kind of people.
I'm glad they died from radiation poisoning.
I can't remember if I mentioned it, but after taking
an enamel bucket,
my nephew, the Lil Hurricane, out lair picking, he's actually gone really into doing lair picking. To the point that he constantly points out to people whenever he sees litter and says, "We need to pick that up with a litter pick." And actually got to the point where he kept asking his dad. So Silverwing bought him a little litter pick for Charlie to use. And so Charlie's been going to like the park and such and picking up the litter around there.
We're in the tunnels now. I don't know if this is the right way.
A great habit that I seem to have got him into. Conveniently, because around this time, apparently there's been like a government funding thing to try and get more kids into be more environmentally rare, you know, picking up litter. So, hey, I was ahead of the curve.
You're doing the government's job for them. Maybe you could try running the country. You'd be more competent.
No, we are in costume.
But seriously, the clown makeup helps scare the invaders off. And there's a new one in the park. No, I don't think that's going to work this time. There's something different about this one.
Oh, is he actually talking to the guy or pretending to talk to him?
See? I can do that too.
Oh, is he gonna... He kind of did something there, but I didn't see it.
Sorry. I know you can't help it. We just have to hold out till she gets back with a cure. Then we'll drive the raiders out and get the farm back in order.
Oh, okay, so there's a tragic backstory to him.
Yeah.
Not sure what's wrong with all of his taunting.
I need to prepare some more surprises for our visit. So I'll leave you to find your way out.
Oh my gosh, he can teleport?
He's a wizard. What do you expect?
Fair enough. Also, that ghoul seems to actually understand and follow instructions.
To a degree.
That's a bit more sentience than I expected from a
Well,
feral
that's the
ghoul.
tunnel's done.
Wait, that was it?
I kind of went in the back door.
Ah. Well, that's good
But
enough.
that does remind me of something.
But Curie, you made far too big and can't fit. Oh my gosh! Bethesda!
No, there's a thing I need to get from outside of the Kitty Kingdom.
But yeah, apparently Charlie refers to his litter pick as Liam's litter pick. Which is adorable.
I think so. I'm just gonna like.
Untrue because I don't own his litter pick, but adorable.
Right, so I'm pulling out of Kitty Kingdom for. I'm gonna try and pull out of Kitty Kingdom for a.
You want to pull out of Kitty Kingdom?
Because there's something I need to collect to make this quest work the way I want.
What, you have to find the cure?
There is no cure.
Oh, for ghouling.
Yeah. Which just makes it more sad, really.
I mean, it seems fairly obvious. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they'd be able to create a cure at some point. I mean, they've been able to create a intelligent super mutant. So I'm assuming there'd at least be a way to make a, not so much a cure for being a ghoul, but a way to restore the mind.
Potentially, FEV is definitely not the way to do it, which is what made the super mutants.
Yeah. But it's a path, you know?
Yeah,
and that recent super mutant thing, you know, with the scientists showing that you can retain your intelligence.
There's a lot of super mutants that have retained their intelligence.
Yeah, that means there is a...
They usually suffer some form of mental illness, but that's not always due to being a super mutant. A lot of super mutants ended up getting ill due to excessive use of stealth boys.
Which is kind of interesting that that's the case. That stealth boys...
Stealth boys apparently cause split personality disorder and schizophrenia with excessive use.
Because it's just a stealth suit, isn't it?
It's not a suit.
Well, you know, stealth Pip-Boy.
It's like a... I don't know, I guess nanomachines.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'll be back to you later, dude. I think
it's...
I know where to go.
So they didn't get far, because I'm assuming you're having to find the woman who was looking, who went away to find the cure?
Yeah, pretty much. I think she
And if they're in Nuka World, they didn't get far.
I think she went this way. Looking for a house.
Oh, there's a house.
That's like the...
No, it's not a house, but it was a
gate
building.
thing. You know, it's worth checking because I've got...
Yeah. You got funnel cake now. Well, you'd think it would be out of date by this point, but...
The first thing that came to mind was, "Hey, would anyone like some pound cake?" Oh, I love that video. I have a vague idea. If I find myself wandering
I'm not
around...
sure it'd survive the apocalypse or this amount of time. It'd be interesting if trench cake managed to survive this long. Trench
Someone
cake.
could just
that was
make
nice.
As long as there's a recipe.
Yeah, you just need some cinnamon, some raisins.
I don't think cinnamon exists, and I'm unsure about raisins.
Yeah, okay, slight problem there then.
But you could
Trench cake was made due to a lack of eggs.
Funnily
Which
enough...
you'd think Britain would never really be in a situation where they'd ever run out of eggs, given how many chickens we have, but...
Well, in a funny turn of events, I don't think eggs are very abundant in...
Deathclaws have tons of eggs.
Yeah, I don't think many people get Deathclaw eggs.
There's a... houses over there from the looks of it.
Might be over here.
By house, you mean like a house? Look, you're chatting. You can at least have the courtesy of putting subtitles up.
How the hell do you get up there? They're people.
There's people, yes.
They speak with...
English words, yes. Oh
no, it's a Sotrons. It's fine.
That's less of a person at that point, but...
Is this housing?
Gunners! No, that's definitely not housing.
Yeah, this definitely ain't it, but... Any
I
opportunity...
didn't think there'd be a gunner group in Nuka World.
I guess it kind of makes sense.
Well, there'd be the raider group. I thought it'd be one raider group that would be being kicked out.
Well, they're invading, aren't they?
Ah, yeah.
Throwing some rat away. Eat some steak.
Hold on, let me just stuff my face.
Curie just clipped through the wall. And we're dead because they've got a mini nuke.
They did.
God, I love fair and balanced gameplay. Like enemies that just one-shot you. Isn't it fun?
I can only assume so based on the enthusiasm in your voice.
I enjoy it so much. Where's it going to put me back to? Doesn't matter. That was the wrong way.
So, something I've been meaning to bring up. I was actually going to bring up at the start, but I think I got thrown off from the Oswald conversation.
Yeah.
Injustice is a series which is which I have strange thoughts on, because I've never fully read any of the comics, but...
all the way back here.
I'm assuming it still counts as you've seen the Oswald thing.
Yeah, I've already...
Yeah. I've never fully read any of the comics, but I've read lots of clips and reviews of them, and I've actually enjoyed a lot of what I've seen of the Injustice comics. But I've never played any of the video games of Injustice. I had a slight interest in it before, but I don't know. I never really got into NetherRealm Studios' style of fighting games. They've always felt very slow and clunky.
I've played it. It's alright. Rather play BlazBlue if I had to play a 2D fighter.
Yeah. But, the comic line itself is incredibly impressive that they've done for the DC's Injustice series. I mean, heck, they made Guy Gardner likeable. They made me feel sad about Guy Gardner's death. And then they managed to make me sad again when Guy Gardner's ghost appears and was just as likeable.
Yeah, Guy Gardner shouldn't be likeable.
That's why people like him, because he's the douche.
Yet, lo and behold, they made a good character out of what is not a good character.
Mm.
Oh my god, stop this.
But when the Injustice DLC came out, well, Injustice 2 DLC came out, they had tons of interesting choices. I mean, they added... Injustice 2 is now a game where you could have Hellboy fight the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is insane. And by insane, I mean insanely awesome.
It is pretty dope.
But, there was actually one character that a lot of people were speculating was going to appear in the Injustice DLC, but they never did. And so a lot of people were still speculating the character could appear as a DLC character for when the inevitable Injustice 3 gets made. Because the Injustice games have proven so popular that it's hard to imagine they wouldn't make a third entry.
Yeah.
And the character that a lot of people were speculating would be added in as a DLC guest character is He-Man. A lot of people were thinking He-Man was going to be added because there is a DC comic book of He-Man versus Injustice.
What?
There is a comic book of He-Man versus Injustice. And it is awesome. It is so, so good. I saw a whole coverage of the entire thing, and it is such a good comic. Interesting thing, Injustice 2 has two endings. A good end, the Batman end, or the bad end, which is the Superman end. Because in Injustice, Superman's evil. Super duper evil.
Yes.
Yeah, as you might have guessed, Rafi's once again looking up on the phone to make sure he's not breaking the game. Because this is how well-made Bethesda make their games.
Well, I'm actually just... there's only so much looking Raph can...
do before you just look up the answer.
Do before he gives up, yeah.
All the way over there instead, then.
I believe it's somewhere around here-ish? What? Right.
But yeah, He-Man versus Injustice. Injustice 2 has two endings, though. Batman end and Superman end.
Yeah.
He-Man versus Injustice actually takes place in the Superman end, the bad ending of the game.
Where He-Man...
Where...
Well, I mean, He-Man's magic, so...
Where Superman takes over Brainiac's ship and transforms Batman into like a mind-controlled Brainiac servant.
Yeah. Because he's not evil.
Yep. And in... Because that's a funny thing. In the Injustice comics, they actually did try to make a morally grey idea of Superman.
Yeah.
In, him going evil.
Oh, kidding.
And try to present the idea of a lot more moral, ambiguity to it. But the games did a terrible job of trying to present that ambiguity. Superman's clearly a psychopath.
Cricket! Crickets are pretty tough.
I mean, as I'll later talk about, they actually do a good job of presenting why Superman going evil can make sense per his character.
Yeah.
But I'll get to that later. But story opens up where He-Man is fighting He-Man.
What?
Because during absence, due to something involving his comic book storyline, this is a spin-off comic from his own comic book storyline.
I didn't realise he had comic books, to be honest.
Doubleganger pretended to be him and took over the kingdom.
Okay.
So he came back, defeated Doubleganger, and reclaimed the kingdom. But then the citizens complained, saying the Doubleganger had actually been doing a good job. He raised the Mystic Wall, fought off a ton of the villains, had actually done a pretty good job, had actually done a far more pro-aggressive approach to things, actually stopped a lot of the villains before they could even get close to the kingdom.
Yeah.
And they commented that after a while they figured out that Prince Adam was He-Man. And that's the good thing about Doubleganger. He was He-Man all the time. He never went back to the weak and useless Prince Adam.
Uh-huh.
He-Man...
Doesn't Prince Adam have a gun?
A zapper, but, He-Man transforms back into Prince Adam and basically says, that's the difference between Doubleganger and He-Man. He-Man only fights when he needs to.
Yeah. Okay, so that's triggered that quest line because I walked vaguely near it. But we're not going there yet.
I brushed up against this building. I guess I have to complete this objective now.
We're going to a place called Bradburton?
Okay.
Something like that.
I
mean, it hardly matters. Everyone's
So
dead,
He-Man's feeling depressed because his own people aren't a big fan of him anymore. When he then gets kidnapped by Swamp Thing and Zatanna.
Weird people to kidnap
They
someone.
basically kidnapped him just because they needed to talk and didn't want him to panic, surrounded by all of his guards and everything, because then they'd be seen as like enemies, sort of thing.
So you kidnap him?
Yes.
Okay. Pretty sure this is the place I'm after.
There are a lot of houses.
Mm-hmm. Nuka World was so big they decided to have their own village in it.
Yeah, I gotta admit, Nuka World doesn't seem like much of a theme park anymore.
It's basically what happens if you give Disney full freedom to do whatever they want. In
Oh
Disney
gosh,
World.
Fallout is the future if Disney takes over. Well, so long as Disney don't own Fox, we're in good hands.
Basically is.
Oh no!
That noodle cup is still edible, apparently. No
I
dust.
warned you about your pot noodles.
No dust has gotten into it.
And basically, Batman then appears, and along with a bunch of other heroes who manage to survive, explain to He-Man the situation. But
Batman should be...
Yeah, I'll get to that. But Superman, used to be a good person, went crazy, yada yada yada, and now he's got the whole Brainiac thing. So now he monitors the universe, searching out sort of threats, and when he encounters villains, either kills them or turns them into Brainiac servants.
So is He-Man part of the same canonical universe as DC?
Alternative dimension, but apparently they're connected.
Okay.
And they said what they need to defeat Superman is magic. However, because that's Superman's main weakness, aside from kryptonite.
But he's killed most magicians.
He's killed a lot of the magicians, and none of the magicians are physically strong enough to endure attacks from Superman, even if they do blast Superman with magic. He-Man being the exception, because whilst he is magic-based, he also has physical strength. They do comment at this point, that there is one other person who could have beaten Superman, but that was Shazam.
Yeah.
Who in Injustice got killed by Superman. So He-Man, being a good guy, decides to agree to help them.
Yeah. Because he's He-Man. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was watching TV.
And so him and I think it's Ozol, the little magician guy.
Yeah.
You know him from the design.
Yeah.
He's a little funny magician. Yeah. Him and He-Man decide to go and investigate the DC world.
Yeah.
And when they get there, Ozol goes, "Wait, you'll stand out like this. Let me give you a disguise." So it becomes pink jumpsuit and big mustache. And oh my gosh, so gay. So very, very stereotypically gay.
Nah, but He-Man... watching He-Man is manly and straight. Ow! That was rude.
Well, he was sleeping there. But so they go off to explore the Superman's conquered world. When He-Man sees a woman jumping off a bridge, so he obviously catches her before she dies.
Yeah.
But then she complains that that was her one chance of getting her freedom, because apparently thoughts of suicide are monitored, and thought crime is illegal.
Suicide's illegal.
Yeah, and so is thought crime and all that.
Beer.
So suddenly I think it's like Bane and I don't know, Cheshire. I don't think it was Cheetah. I think it was Cheshire.
Okay.
Attack He-Man. But
He-Man beats the living hell out of them.
the suits that Bane and Cheshire have been given are the Brainiac mind control thing, but Superman's added Kryptonian technology to it and his Superman DNA to buff them up.
Yeah.
Which has given them the weakness to magic that Superman has.
Wow.
So
amazing.
even Ozol, the little magician, goes, "Oh my gosh, even I can take on these people," and zaps them.
Amazing.
Which removes the Brainiac mind control. So Bane complains that he's not going to just attack a defenseless woman civilian.
Yeah.
That's not a good fight, and so he just wanders off. And Cheshire says that she needs to go home and feed her cat. Because I guess they just didn't want to fight He-Man at that point. Obviously, they'd been mind controlled before, but...
I mean, would you want to fight He-Man?
No, it's a pretty bad matchup.
I wouldn't want to fight He-Man.
So He-Man's going off and...
I can't get up there.
He-Man's going off and looks at the suit that he knocked off Bane and has an idea. Meanwhile... Up to space he goes. Oh, no, he's right there.
I don't think Kyori can actually fight.
No.
I don't think she can reach the enemy.
So this is going on a little bit longer, and realise we're 25 minutes in.
Oh, Christ.
So I will continue the He-Man and the Injustice summary later.
I'll continue blindly wandering around till I find...
Should we just start recording when you found it, or...?
Up to you. I'm not really fussed.
Well, we'll decide that in a sec.
This is technically plot.
Cheerio!